Okay, let's look at this chart. This is the US dollar CAD on the 60 and 15. Okay. On the 60 minutes, this here is a replay of the market. Okay, this is not the live market. And the first thing to look here, and I would like you to pause the video to think about this, is where are the breach lines here? Okay, so that we know in which kind of territory we are in. Okay, just mark those breaches from the big boy time frame, and then we will go further. Okay, so we came from up there. Okay, this here is the first breach. Here is a fake out. Then we breached below. We came all the way down here, and we have this area here that looks like it breached, but this is not really a breach. Okay, you can see here at the left, sorry, this area here. It takes some time here, but look at what happens in the big boy time frame. Okay, it's only a little spike. It's a candle down, candle up. Okay, then you have the guy who started here. Okay, we had a breach down from here. We breach down and then we hold at this area and we break down again. But when we break down, what happens? It fakes out. It's even more interesting because it fakes out with strength. Okay, it goes a long way down and then it fakes out to the upside. Okay, and when it goes up to the upside, we know that our breach is in the territory before. Okay, so from this picture, you have all of this happening here. Okay, on the left side, on the 15 minutes, you have all of this happening. And you can see on the right side that this buyer is super strong. And one thing that we need to look at is the kind of strength that the seller had going down and the kind of strength that the buyer had going up. Okay, like it's really, really strong, right? But now what we should do is just look at this area here and see the rubber band man and see where is the rest and the V formation. So I would like you to pause the video, looking at the left chart, okay, our trading time frame, and try to gauge that, okay? Remember what we learned in the last lesson because it's important. And try to see where is the V formation, where is the 100% rest, and if you had to place a trade, where would you put the trade, okay? Just pause the video and think about this for a moment. Okay, so again, let's start with the rubber band man. So this buyer comes up with a lot of strength. It retraces. Okay. Then it goes again. And it retraces. V formation. Okay. Now this here is a V formation. And at the same time, this is also the 100% rest. Okay. This is both of them. And in top of this is in an area of interest. Okay. This is really close to the breach line here. Okay, right here. Really on an area of interest. So this V is really interesting, right? But the thing here, and this is really important, you should always put in the back of your mind what is happening with the market. Okay, and you always need to have the big picture and not only be searching for V formations and 100% rests and not care about anything else. Okay, this needs to be put in the picture, in the general picture. And in the general picture, you see this seller is so slow going down. When this buyer comes up with this aggression, do you think he will let the ball go? No, right? So we don't assume anything, but at least it should be in the back of our minds. Like there's something wrong with this. I mean, this seller came with so much strength now. Why did the last time he came down, he was so slow? And now he's so fast to go? Like something is wrong here. So this needs to be in the back of our minds. And we should be careful always with this. So for me, this V formation, I wouldn't believe it immediately. Okay? I would always be super focused on the test to not miss anything on the test phase, okay? Because for me, this V formation, even though it's in a logical area, this is too strong up, too strong down, okay? This doesn't make any sense for the market to turn around immediately, especially when the seller was so slow, okay? So for me, this one would be out of the picture. And the test phase, if you were looking at this and you were saying, okay, like the test phase, it starts to pick up a lot of strength, 2 candles, and it's up there already. And then it just blasts away and even breaks that guy who started, okay? We can even move this guy up here. It just blasts away and breaks this guy. And when it breaks this guy, this is a big spike. Now, pause the video and think, how would you read this spike, okay? If you had to enter a trade here, like, think about the reasons why you should enter a trade. If you were to enter a trade here, what would be the reasons for you to enter, and where would you enter, okay? And what would be the areas that you would be careful about, okay? Just pause the video and think about this for a moment. Okay, so just for reference, I'm going to fast forward this area here, okay, just for you to see what happens here. So the thing here, I mean, this could be news, okay? This could be a news event blasting this up with so much strength. But something here, and even if it was news, but something here just knocked this down really, really fast, okay? So if it was news, some big boy here was interested and pushed the market down immediately, okay? So what we need to look here is, okay, it knocked it down. In the next candle, it returns to the old territory. Okay, check. This is really important, okay? Because this guy is still alive. And that's the guy that hold this market down, okay? And when it returns, it does also another thing. In the mini picture, in the bigger picture, it returned, okay? This is the bigger picture here. All of this was a fake, okay? You can see where it is. All of that is a fake, and it returned. From the bigger picture, you can see that knocked down, okay? The candle was not closed because it closed only when it got down there, but it was returning. And when it returned, also another thing happened because it was also a spike from the 15 minutes, okay? Because this rubber band man did this, did this, did this, and this candle closed below, okay? So it returned to the old territory on the 15 minutes, okay? For the mini territory. So it returned to the 2 territories on your big boy and your trading time frame. This is important, okay? And when it tested, all of this area tested, this small area here, this spike here, when it tested, it failed the test, okay? It just couldn't go higher. And 2 things can happen here, because if the market was really interested in pushing this back up, it would be fast, okay? Because in this area, either you have the buyer interested and it holds the territory here and it goes higher, or if it returns to the old territory, it needs to blast away again to the upside, or this will collapse, okay? Because there is no, if the buyer is really interested, he needs to pick up immediately, okay? Because there's not many buyers that will buy against a resistance like this, okay? And especially when you have all of this making this huge probe, they will lose hope on this trade, at least for now. Maybe they will pick up again here, and if you were thinking, okay, this might be an area for me to be careful with, if you were entering this area for a sell, this would be an area of concern, okay? But when it goes down and this buyer is not showing up at any point, okay, it shows up here, but slowly, Okay, this is game on. This is just continuing down for some time. Okay, so again, in your trading time frame, and this is really important. Sometimes people miss this. Never ever trade a running candle. Okay, on your trading time frame, this is really important because this running candle was all green and a lot of people were buying up here. Okay, and before it closed, it just got a big knockdown and then it reversed the market. You see the problems here, right? And again, you couldn't enter this trade until this guy came back to the old territories. Okay, even though the big boy only made this kind of big doji candle with a big knockdown on the top, even though this big boy only did that after, it doesn't matter because for you, what you need to see is in the trading time frame. And for you in the trading time frame, you need closed candles, okay? For you to make a decision. Okay, I hope you like this example. Cheers.